So today I'll be sharing the concluding part. Remember that the last video, we ended at where we got invitation to apply as a family. So I'll be sharing all the documents that we were asked to submit, how long it took to finally get our visa stamped with the maple leaf with the maple leaf visa. So I'll be doing all that today. My name is Grace. Welcome back to my channel. I want to say a very big thank you as usual to all my subscribers. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for liking them. As you know, this channel is about sharing content about immigration to Canada, life in Canada, and travel experiences. So I want to appreciate you guys for doing a good job at sharing my videos, and I want you guys to do more. I can only continue if you guys keep sharing my videos and I get more subscribers. Thank you guys. Okay, so my last two videos was about my immigration journey to Canada, and this will just be the concluding part of my journey to Canada. So if you have not seen the two previous videos, I'll encourage you to first see them, then you can just continue with me on this ride to my journey to Canada. I got some questions concerning my last two videos where I shared my migration journey to Canada. So I will be answering all the questions at the end of this video. So stay tuned and make sure that you did not end this video until then. And if you also have any question at all while watching this new series, you can just drop it in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Now, if you see me looking down at something, that's because I don't want to miss out any important part of the process. So I'll have to, keep checking once in a while. Okay. When we're asked to submit, when we're sent invitation to apply email on the 1st of May 2019, we were asked to submit the following documents. The medical printout. So if you go for your medical test, you'll be given a printout that has a barcode at the end of the test so that you can upload it as one of the documents when you get your ITA. So we're asked to submit the medical printout. We're asked to submit the police clearance certificate, which I've already discussed in my former video, and the biodata page of your international passport. So you need to have a valid international passport. Remember that that's what you're going to use for your IELTS test. So we are asked to submit the biodata page of our international passport. Now the fourth document that you are requested to submit is the reference letter from employer. So if you do not have this, no problem. If you don't have a reference letter from your employer, because like my employer, they stopped giving reference letter, so you can use your letter of employment, your pay slip for 6 months, and your ID card. That's your identity card from workplace. So you can submit this in place of your reference letter from employer. Another document to submit is the federal government marriage certificate. So if you're married like I am, you will need your marriage certificate from the federal government, the big one. So you need to find it and keep it handy so that you can submit it also. Another document is your credential evaluation report for myself and my spouse. So if the credential report that you got from WES or ICAS or CES, whichever one evaluated your credential. Also, you need to submit your IELTS result. So your IELTS result has to be submitted to, but you make sure that it's still valid. It has not expired. The IELTS result expires after 2 years, so make sure it's still the current one that is still valid. Any of these documents, if you don't submit the right one or it's incomplete, your application will be rejected, guys. Okay, so another document to submit is the proof of change of name. So if you're like myself, I had to submit my change of name documents, such as newspaper publication, affidavit from court. So I had to submit that I changed my name from my maiden name to marital name, like that. Then you also need to submit your birth certificate, the birth certificate of your children. So if you are married, for married couples, and you have children, you need to submit the NPC, the one gotten from federal government, showing and proving that you are the owner of the children that you are taking to Canada. So you need their birth certificate also. Another document that you need is your degree certificate. So this is how it works. So you're going to submit your credential evaluation results, your degree certificate, and your language proficiency test results. That's IELTS results. Together, you're going to scan it together, one page, and submit it. Another very important document that you cannot afford to forget or omit in the submission process is your proof of funds. So the Canadian government is expecting that as a family, as an individual, you should have money handy that you are bringing to Canada. Now, they're not expecting you to bring the whole world, but they are saying that for you immigrating to Canada, for the first 3 months, 6 months before you settle down finally, you should have at least something to live on and live with, which is actually true. So they're expecting you to also show them that you have this money in your account or in any investment, and you are willing to bring it to Canada. I'm going to be making a video on this alone, so we actually attached this, but because I did not put my money in an account, I did not submit bank of statements of accounts from any bank. So I just used my T-bill certificates. T-bills are investments in Nigeria, so I just used my T-bill certificate to show my proof of funds. Another document that you also bring or attach for your application is a digital photo of everyone in your family. So they need the soft copy of everyone's picture in the family. There's a specification for that also. I also added letter of explanation, and it's popularly known as LOE. So if you have a document or a narrative in your application that you feel that it might not be well explanatory enough, you can add a letter of explanation to explain what this particular document means or this particular statement means. So I actually attached one for my NOC. NOC is National Occupational Classification. So and it's related to job titles and job roles, what you do back in your home country. Remember, this is for the federal skilled worker, so they want to know what you've done in the past, your experience. So I actually attached a letter of LOC to my application. After attaching the letter of explanation, we were asked to pay the application fee for processing of our application. Now, the application fee is different from single applicants to family of 2, family of 3, family of 4. So it varies. For our own situation, we are family of 4, so we paid 2,550 Canadian dollars. Although as at this year 2020, it has been increased. Okay, March 2020, it has been increased, but we paid 2,550 Canadian dollars. Now note that all these documents that you need to provide they don't need the hard copy. One, it's been submitted online, so you scan all the documents, put them in order, and you will attach it, and you click on the send button. But please, before you click on the send button, go over it again and again and again to be sure you have the correct thing on or in the correct tab. You don't want to make a mistake. Trust me, guys, you don't want to. So once you click the submit button, you can now relax and pray and hope. But the second day, we got our acknowledgement of receipts mail. Drum roll. And that's AOR. That's the popularly tagged AOR code. So from this date, you can now start counting your 6 months, because generally the process for the application takes 6 months. So we got our AOR May 11th, 2019. And exactly after a month, we were sent another mail requesting that we send our biometrics. Now, biometrics is being done in Lagos or Abuja. So we had to go to Lagos for our biometric capturing at Lekki BFS office. Now, when we got there, we went there on the 24th of June. And when we got there, we actually met so many people trying to do one thing or the other, because VFS is popularly known for Italy, France, Canada. So if you're traveling, if you want to collect your passport for biometrics, so it's VFS, the popular VFS at Lekki. So we went there and we did biometric capturing. It took like I think 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, 3 to 4 hours, and it was concluded. And immediately, I think before I even got back to my home base, we got a mail from IRCC that our biometrics has been sent, and they've seen it, and it's legit, and it's okay for the processing to go on. We also got a mail that we've passed our medicals. That means we are fit to immigrate to Canada. So we got medical passed. That's June 24th, 2019. However, September 20th, 2019, we got another mail requesting that we submit our proof of fund again. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes they just pick randomly to verify and revalidate the documents that you submitted for your proof of fund. So what I did was to go back to the bank and got a fresh certificate stating that I still have the money that I kept in my investment intact, and it is available anytime I need it. It is available for immediate liquidation. So I got that and I reattached it and sent it back to IRCC. Now, after sending that, I was expecting to see a mail from them telling me that they've acknowledged the mail I sent. I didn't get this for like 2 days, so I contacted a friend, and the person told me that I can actually raise a CSC. CSC is a web form where you send all your questions and they respond after 5 days. You can just raise a CSC to know where your application is being processed. Mine actually was processed in Ottawa, Canada. So it can either be processed in Ottawa, Accra, India, Germany. So I got Sydney. So I got a mail that mine is being processed in Ottawa, and that they've received all my documents, that I should just hold on, since I still have 6 months grace for the application to be completed. So while I was waiting, 6 days after I submitted my proof of fund certificate again, I got PPR. That's the request for my passport. So I got a mail asking us to submit our passport, and that's the popularly known PPR. And we were asked to submit the passport of everyone in the family so that they can affix the maple leaf visa, and that's the Canadian visa, on our passport, and we are free to enter Canada soonest. So September 28th, 2019, we actually got PPR, and that's like 4 months from when we submitted everything, totally, all our documents online, and when we got PPR. So it's like 4 months. October 2nd, 2019, we actually took our passports to VFS office in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, for onward transmissions to the Canadian visa office in Accra. Now, together with the passport is the hard copy of our passport photograph. So they need 2 copies of your passport photograph with correct specification. So you have to submit that also, and you have to also sign a form that nothing has changed, your family composition has not changed. So if it's family of 4 that you did the application with, they are still family of 4, you've not given birth to a newborn baby, and if you are a single person, you are still single, you've not yet gotten married. So we actually signed the form and we submitted everything to Accra, and we actually paid a fee of 78,000 naira for every one of us for the transmission of the passports to Accra. But then the fee has also been reduced from 78,000 to 7,000. So that's a great one, guys. November 2nd, 2019, we went back to VFS office in Lekki to pick up our passports and also copier letter, and that is confirmation of permanent residence letter, guys. So we picked that up also at the same place, and that was just the end of the process, from the beginning to the end of when we picked it up. And when we picked our letter up, we saw that we had to be in Canada before March 2020, because that is when our medicals will expire. Remember that we did our medicals March 2019, so we have to be in Canada before March 2020 or our medicals will expire. You know, like I said, that we actually submitted our passport. Our passport was transmitted to Accra. Now it has changed, the process has changed. It's been done in Lagos, Nigeria. So you can actually submit your passport in Lagos and it will be treated in Lagos, you know, so they don't transmit it to Accra anymore. Now, just for a brief recap of the whole process, like I said, you have to write your IELTS, you have to do your credential evaluation, you have to take medicals, you have to get your police clearance certificate, you need the reference letter from your employer, you need to get your proof of fund certificate, whether your bank statement of account or your investment certificate. You also need your marriage certificate if you're married, and if you have kids, you need their birth certificates. You also need about data page of your international passport. You also need to submit your IELTS results. So guys, if you also have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section below, and I'll respond to you almost immediately. So like I said at the beginning of my video, I mentioned that I got some questions from my 2 previous videos, and I'd like to address them right now. Now, someone asked if your spouse needs to write IELTS exam, if it's compulsory. No, it is not. Once you do your CRS score simulation and you find out that your score is high enough to be able to get your invitation to apply, your spouse doesn't need to write IELTS. My spouse actually wrote because my score was not high enough to meet the cutoff point, so he needed to write, and I needed to also evaluate his credentials. Another question is that for how long is your police clearance certificate, which is PCC, valid? Your police clearance certificate is valid for 3 months, so it's advisable that you get your invitation to apply, or you're sure of getting your invitation to apply in the next round before you request for your PCC, because it expires after 3 months. The final question is also the medicals. How long is the medical report valid for? Just 1 year, guys. Just 1 year. So just like your police clearance certificate, you need to have gotten your invitation to apply before you go for your medicals, because it's just valid for 1 year. I hope you enjoyed my story concerning my journey to Canada, and I am sure that I have been of immense help to someone who wants to also commence this journey. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask in the comment section below. All the links to help you navigate through computing your CRS score and also the other parts of my journey will be dropped in the description below. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope I have been of immense help to someone who also wants to come on this journey with me to Canada. I'll be here to help, guide, and also answer all your questions in the comment section. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. You guys are wonderful. Have you subscribed to that channel? Subscribe now. Oh yeah, click the button right now. I'm waiting. Fantastic. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, and please do well to share my videos and also like them. I'll be encouraged to do more and even share more. You will never have a boring moment. Until I see you next time, I love you. Subscribe.